Hello everyone, this is Enayat Meer. In this SCCM 2012 R2 installation video series, I am going to show you how to configure and connect Reporting Services Configuration Manager for SCCM 2012 R2 after installation of a SQL Server. So I have installed a SQL Server 2012 on this host LMS SQL, which I am showing you right now, and you will see at the left side on the screen my LMS CFG, my SQL Server and a domain controller. So currently I am on my MCSA host computer. My domain name is lms.com. So this is my Active Directory domain services or users and computer console, and this is my SQL server. So I have my all three servers up and running. One is a SQL server, one is a System Center Configuration Manager or CFG server, and the other one is my domain controller. So here I have SQL Server 2016 Development Edition installed on this SQL Server. So you just hang on, this will take a while to show up my console. And as you see here, when you install SQL and select not to configure reporting server, you have to go through these all steps to configure your reporting server. So I am going to show you my management studio. You have seen, and you possibly have seen my previous video where I actually demonstrated for installation of SQL Server 2016. So I have my default instance. I did not change my instance from the default instance. So here you will see currently I am going to show you my databases, and I do have my site servers database or my standalone site name, which I have in my configuration manager. So here you see my site name is ny1, so it always comes like cm underscore the site name. CM is my configuration manager. So this is my DC or domain controller, where you will see my container or organizational unit SCCM, where I have all required SCCM accounts, which I am going to use in several videos. So this is a prerequisites of those videos where you have seen previously. I have installed all pre-configuration features or roles on my configuration manager server. I had this domain controller. It is my root domain, which was configured for this purposes or for demo purposes, and then I have my SQL server. So we have a dedicated SQL server. So most of the videos you have seen where you see a SQL server and a configuration manager on a same server, but I have different scenarios here. So I want to connect to my SQL server instance, which I have done it already in my previous video. You will see my SCCM installation video, where you will see that I have connected this SQL server for my site server or for my site name or site database, where you see that here I have my site database available. So here I am showing you the services which I am running. So I am showing you my service account at this time, that is also in my Active Directory under Service Accounts Organizational Unit or OU. So that account actually is running under my service account. So you are looking at my those SQL services running, but my instance has under log on service account SVC-ACT-SCCM. That account is under my DC or domain. You simply can go and search from find, or straight you can go into the OU which you configured as service accounts. So I have made a temp account first, or template account for service accounts, which I have used to create this service account. So this is the location from my object tab, and that is where I have my service accounts in my DC or domain controller. So this is the account which I'm using for my reporting server, and this is the account which I'm using. So this is the location in Active Directory, and I am showing you my site name also from my configuration manager. So I am in my configuration manager server console. Under the site you will see my site name. So my site name is NY1. So that is the database what you are looking at this time. CM is a configuration manager underscore NY1. So I have my reporting server shortcut on my taskbar where I'm going to connect with my SQL server, and this is my default instance MS SQL server. From this point I'm going to show you what do I have here. My default instance ID. As you see, the pop-up shows you as well. Once you are connected with our SQL, we will see two new databases. Keep watching. So you are going to look at those databases shortly. Here I have my reporting server and my URL. Once I apply, this will become officially my URL for my reporting server. So currently if I go to this So currently if I go to this URL, this will be empty once I apply after that. But I'm going to apply anyways. So creating a virtual directory, report server, and now you have officially this URL valid for my reporting services. Now the main part is databases, which is my intention to show you this connectivity in this video. Most of the videos what you have seen on the net, you have very rarely this option configured. You straight go and install a reporting server with default option install and configure. But when you do not configure reporting server, install only, that is the time where you come here and make this configuration. So my existing database does not show my native mode which I want to have it, but this is not an ideal location or creating a new database. So you're gonna go back to previously, actually look at that. You are going to create a new report server database. Okay, so by default you will see databases are already available, including the temp database. So here you have your SQL server instance or server name. You test the connection, you click on the next, and you will see you have this report server and a report server temp databases available to configure. So once you click on next and configure these two databases, instead of 3 databases you are going to look at now, or you will see 5 databases. So here I am configuring. Once you click on next, as I am pointing out into a side note, once you are connected with our SQL server, you will see 2 new databases. Keep watching. So that's mean once I am going to configure this one, actually I am creating those 2 new databases. So you will see that your last column must show a success. After in progress, you're gonna have a success. Once you're done from this point, then you can see, you can look at the URL, but I'm not interested to configure other options at this time because I have a long video series, and briefly I will complete every topic in my short videos, so I want to keep them short, not too long. So here I'm showing you my URL now for the report server, and you see that on second step, after service account, I actually configured the web service URL, which is available here now, and it is actually functional and working. The only thing is that there is no report or nothing else I have configured yet, because I have just initiated this URL. So now we're supposed to go back to our SQL server. Now you are in your SQL server. So we have configured 3 more databases. If I refresh now, I will see 5 databases, but let's see one more time how many databases we have. We do have now 2 only, 3 including our site database. Once you refresh, you will see 3 databases. Now you can see that we have 3 databases plus 2, 5 databases. So we have achieved our goal and whatever we required for this video. And keep in mind, once you install your SQL server, and at that time, once you install a reporting server with your SQL server, there are 2 options. One option is install only for a reporting server, and the second option is install and configure. So you're not gonna forget that once you install and configure, you will see your reporting database and temp database. If you install only, then you have to manually come and configure. So I hope you like this video, and I will see you in my next video where you see a detailed installation steps and all configuration, and then I will continue this video series with several short videos, and I'll see you next video. Thank you.